We stretch life, we stretch time, we stretch life. I'm a drop in the ocean, just a face in a crowd waiting to be seen. Big dreams set in motion, I wanna go where no one's ever been. I would climb the highest mountain, I would dive the deepest sea, just so I could make you feel what I feel. Aiming for the sky, yeah, I really thought we'd make it. Got my head in the clouds. is calling for you. The world is calling for you. The world. I don't want you to leave, but what you need is something different. I don't like how this ends, but I'll pretend my tears are hidden. Who am I to tell you no, to beg you, baby, please don't go. You will keep chasing highs and I'll be fine from a distance. Ooh, can't you hear the world is calling for you? Can't you hear the world is calling for you? Can't you hear the world is calling, the world is calling, the world is calling for you? Can't you hear the world is calling, the world is calling, the world is calling for you?
Hey folks, and welcome to the stream today. It's UW-Stout versus MSOE with a thrilling day of Marvel Rivals. I am Ty Guy, and I'm joined by Flush today.
Hey, excited to be here.
Hopefully Stout will flush them down the toilet with a victory. Some stats about this. Both teams right now are 4-0.
Neither dropped a map either, so definitely looking forward to see which one is going to break that perfect streak.
Yeah, both these teams, there's really 3 teams within the conference that are very good. Stout, MSOE, and then, of course, UW-Madison. Both have been feeling very strong rosters this semester, and hopefully Stout can take the dub here. Obviously, both teams undefeated. Both teams haven't dropped a map. It's I don't necessarily know the skill level of some of the teams they faced. I do know we faced Ripon. They dropped out. I can say that. I can rip on. I'm kidding. They tried, and that's what matters. Is right.
Every team is, just trying to get through the next game. So hopefully, Stout or MSOE can do the same.
Yes, and in other facts, it is homecoming week here at Stout. So make sure to tune into all the homecoming events that are happening over this week. As both teams are in lobby right now. And as you can see on the sign behind me, the homecoming match for esports will be UW-Stout versus Co-College in Overwatch. You can tune into that as Saturday, October 25th at 7 p.m. or come in person here to the brand new esports arena. We'll have the library open past its normal hours. I've never understood that. I remember when I was like a freshman, I wanted to come study at the library. It was closed.
It doesn't make sense that it closes earlier on Saturday instead of Sunday. I don't quite get that one.
I don't understand it. But I'll make those decisions ultimately as we cut to the players. Going left to right, it is Nomis, Blink, Jorkier, Kosel, and Killstrike. There is, yes, all by his lonesome. It is Beans. That's our DPS right there. Look at that, man.
Hey.
Look at him. Look at how locked in he is. He's probably looking at Twitter or something. I don't know, man. He might be playing a gotcha game. He's a little gotcha gremlin. I won't lie. We also have 3 plushies today. 2 more than last time. We have Busan Kao. We have Wingman from Valorant. And Charmander, which is representing our Smash team. I think I meant to pick Squirtle.
Yeah,
the Pokemon trainer has like Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. I
Yeah,
don't
but
think he has Charmander.
everyone likes Charmander. so
That's kind of why I picked him. It was also in the $10 discount bin in
That's
Walmart,
also
and
fair.
I didn't feel like really spending a lot of money. I won't lie. As we wait here, hopefully we'll be in soon.
Yeah.
We have some fun plushies. UW-Stout. We recently just hosted a great event on Saturday. Red Cedar Rumble went very well. Carthage ended up taking home the first place trophy. We ended up taking the second place, as we're going to cut to a break here, folks, while we're just waiting for map picks to come in.
Come away. Let's dance to whatever. Something to remember. Come along, come along, come along, come away. Make me unravel. Forget about the matter. I go on forever. And I go on forever. I go on forever. Darling, I hear it calling. No more of hiding. And I go on forever, darling. This summer love.
Hey, folks. Welcome back after that quick little break. Just waiting for maps to fly in. And now we are just waiting on the bans to come in from both sides. So hopefully we'll have those bans here, or at least the start of the game. As we do know, the map Hell's Heaven, that is the map that was picked here today. Domination map. Interesting map. Trying to think when's the last time I played it. It's got some unique terrain stuff, if I remember.
Yeah, it does. It's like after, I think, 50%, one of the maps kind of shifts, and
Yeah.
fun to play around that.
Yeah, fun to play around. It'll be kind of interesting to see what we do here on Hell's Heaven. What's the comp? Our team's kind of known for running triple support. I mean, it's in meta right now.
Yeah.
A lot of people are running triple.
Hell's Heaven is pretty good for that. A lot of off-map areas allows for Jeff play to be really good.
Hmm. I hope I don't see Jeff. I'm going to be honest.
That's completely fair, too.
All right, MSOE is apparently not ready anymore. Somebody didn't use the restroom before the game. I don't know that. I'm just assuming. As
we'll
once
figure it out
more,
eventually.
we wait here. We wait, and we wait some more. As Nomis is, I'm scolding him. He's not in his jersey. It's a sad day. Look at him in the far left. Not his jersey. How good he?
Not
How could he?
matching with the rest of the team.
Yeah. They're wonderful new jerseys. It's their alternate jerseys from last year. It's the same design as last year. Last year's was navy blue. This year is white. Sort of like a home away thing, but if you weren't on the team last year, well, it is your home and away jersey.
Yeah. It's a nice jersey.
It is. It is. They gave me one for some reason. I'm not really certain why, if I'm being honest.
I'll take the free clothes.
That's what I did, yeah. I won't complain. As once again, we just wait a little. Hell's Heaven is the map, a domination pick. It'll be an interesting round one, as somebody's telling jokes. I don't think we're allowed to air whatever joke they said, probably, but, you know, that's how it goes sometimes, as we are finally loading into map here to kick off some action. Please pre-select your hero. Sorry, I'm not gonna look at those chats. I don't want to even think about the tomfoolery that's happening. So yeah, as we quickly we start with the bans here.
Yeah, Adam Warlock coming out first from the side of UW-Stout. I think pretty common for what Stout's been doing recently.
Ooh, the Luna Snow band. As you can see, Killstrike pre-selected it. It is a favorite of his. He is.
Yeah.
It is Luna Snow. That ult is kind of disgusting,
Don't
if I'm
play the
being
game
honest.
for 10 seconds.
Yeah, hey, what if we just didn't take damage? Protection coming in from the MSOE Raiders for that Captain America. Captain Paul's. It sounds about right. As we will protect the Magneto. It is a favorite of Blink's. He plays that tank a lot.
Yeah, it looks very good in it in some of the VODs I've seen.
It's very standard so far from both sides. The Adam Warlock obviously getting banned, then the Luna Snow just taking them out of the
Emma
pool.
Frost, okay.
This Emma Frost is going to be banned. Do not want to deal with that tank, especially Nomus, a bit of an Angela enjoyer. Emma Frost can sometimes kind of shut that down.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And there he said, didn't want the Jeff.
Get Jeff
It's
out of
gone.
here.
No
Get that
off
shark away
maps.
from my screen.
All right.
Yeah, Jeff, obviously, once again, a lot of support bans
Oh, definitely.
coming out for MSOE Raiders. They know Stout traditionally does run a lot of triple support, so able to pinch the pool a little with those two as they'll protect the Rocket Raccoon and Stout now with their side to protect. Be interesting to see what they protect here. If they protect any support, right? You're already pinched 2. Do you want to be pinched anymore? No, they're going to protect the
Phoenix.
DPS. Phoenix. We'll probably see Dubious on that. That is Beans, pardon me, but it is Dubious. I know his handle.
And getting rid of that Hella, yeah, that
Yeah.
definitely.
Not a surprise from Stout, obviously, like you said, getting rid of the Hella, just taking it out of the pool there. Can sort of shut down some of the things that they're looking to probably do so far from these protected picks. And the Angela, that feels a little targeted on Nomus. He will
Pick
not
your
get to
hero.
play his
Or
Angela, will not
villain.
get to
I'm
play
not
his
judging.
dive tank.
I
Instead,
still have the Venom, though.
the Venom,
He's
the
highlighting
Venom.
now.
He played it last time. Very much dominated on the Venom. Was kind of
Definitely,
filthy with it. As we round out the comps here. Yeah, both sides going to look to run this triple support here so far. By the looks of it, Bucky from MSOE will be interesting.
Looks like Blink's hovering over the Penny, working on the armor packs, probably. Early game armor. Start off the fight.
Yeah, will not be surprised to see that Penny. Obviously, those armor packs,
30
like you
seconds
said,
before you
very
attack.
valuable.
Get ready.
Definitely early extra HP.
If you really want to
Steve
rush in
Rogers.
early, kind of be
Reed
aggressive,
said you volunteered
Penny
to be
and Venom
experimented
can
on.
sort of
Is that
do
true?
that very
He
well.
didn't lie.
Be interesting to see what
I
Dubious can
presume
do
you didn't.
on Star
Definitely
Guardian here.
against my will. I don't want to go back there. Too much buried history.
Not a DPS I've seen him play before.
Okay. I know
Star-Lord,
not Guardian.
Star-Lord
Goodness.
can definitely be
4, 3,
quite good
2,
with
1.
poking and holding up those.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Also,
Please, I
incredible
would
dive
dare.
if you're playing in a
Hey,
alongside
nobody
Venom as well.
told me they're
Yeah,
experimenting
that
on
is going to be a
living
big part
beings.
here for Stout, is can they make this dive
Even
work?
on the screen,
Blink has
he
opted
radiates
back to Magneto. Nomus is somewhat on a flank as both
Better watch
teams
your
will
back.
opt to just front to back right now. Trying to get a pick early on. Nothing really happening so far. Just trying to find that ult percentage as the Magneto Blink pulled there forward. Now a lot of damage going right on top of him, but able to be healed out by those triple supports.
I am here.
Yeah, keeping him alive there. So the train starting to get in the way a little.
Another
Blink.
pull.
Yeah, he just getting grabbed as Venom. Ooh, Nomus very low. The shield though will save him here. Still just trying to get this early pick, though I think Tail Spear nearly went down there for a second. Captain America in the backline. Ult already for at least the arm for Bucky. Will not get, well, gets one, but Dubious trades him right back, and now it's the fight of the two tanks on point here. Venom just trying to do anything. Rocket Raccoon ult down for MSOE Raiders, keeping them alive. alive. Blink, though, still somehow alive. Kill strike goes down mid ult. Koso is back on this Rocket Raccoon. Can he bail his team out? No, as Stout is forced to back out. A very chaotic fight, but they might get Captain America here. Went too far. And now Venom, they're without one of their tanks. Venom, the low shield out. Maybe he can get a pick here. You can hear the low health noise. Now the Rocket Raccoon ult here for Stout. Another ult popped as well by Dubious, just trying to get the pick, trying to cap the point. I think they did capture it. They should be able to clean up here. Maybe no Dubious falls. This is a very interesting fight. Ults coming out from everybody. Yeah, definitely. Now Captain America in the back line will pick up kill strike. He will fall. The man advantage now the side of the MSOE Raiders. Captain America pushes Rocket Raccoon out. Low health here, both tanks, but Blink will lose the duel ultimately. Venom by himself will fall as MSOE Raiders capture the point. A bit of a whiffed ability there from Bucket, but MSOE take the point.
Ultimates there on Turk here with the Mantis ultimate and Bobby. Early tanks.
Whoa.
See,
I don't know where that
Bucket and Blitz. Wow. That was just caught out very early on. Maybe one playing really front of the back, right? Maybe a few supports standing out in front of each other, but ultimately they got picked off pretty quickly there.
I'll patch you up.
Not ideal.
No, definitely not. Now, this ults seem to be slightly in the favor of this.
You've captured more than half of the mission
Hiding
area.
up above,
Keep going.
behind all of the sports.
Not spotted yet. Could have an opportunity on a great dive here. MSOE up 59% now, approaching, yes, that 60% marker. If UW-Stout wants to capitalize on this Venom play, they are going to have to push up here. Bucky dives the back line with the arm, and him and Blink will pick up 2. Blink can also do trade. Captain Balls is revived. Just trying to take down the Rocket Raccoon ult there, but it'll go out naturally. Ultimately unable to make anything off the back of that Venom dive. Now Captain Balls in the back line. Now Stout assaulting onto the back here as a 5-man, 6-man unit. Ult's gonna pop out there from Star-Lord. Ooh, that is tough. Making a third by Whoa. This one is slowly falling apart here for Stout. They still have quite a few numbers alive. Or alive.
Hopping over to that screen. Get back. Maybe try to make a move. It's enough for Stout falling pretty fast.
Yeah, they are filtering through, and unfortunately they are filtering straight into a meat grinder right now. So many members of MSOE Raiders right in front of them. Ults coming out. Bucket will pick up 1. Blink takes him right back. Balls takes down Mosul. What a glitch on my screen. But ultimately Blink will fall, and that'll be everyone for the side of Stout.
First point going to MSOE Raiders.
Yes, MSOE will take the first point there on Hell's Heaven. Now moving on to Frozen Airfield, and a must-win for Stout if they wish to keep this one alive.
Ready, partner?
Certainly interesting. If they do lose this next point, this will be the first map that they drop so far in the season.
Yeah, first map they've dropped so far in the season is we are having some
Get ready.
mighty glitches there. Obviously the armor
How
packs
many of
come
Hydra's
out. We
secrets are
really
hidden away
didn't.
in
They
your brain?
protected the Phoenix, but we didn't necessarily see
There's
Dubious
all
on the
this giant
Phoenix.
robot that
He
they
was on the
built.
Star-Lord
If I
the
had
whole time,
access
which
to
was
its
a little confusing,
schematics.
but now we see him on the Phoenix now, hopefully able to get a bit more value out of that.
Yeah, especially for that Star-Lord, obviously a very bursty
battle
DPS
starts
in
in
some
5,
ways, right? Goes for the
4,
kills, but with Rocket Raccoon,
3,
there's so many of the kills that
2,
Dubious could
1.
even get. They just got rid
All you
of.
need to do is
Right,
capture
that's
the
how they're
mission
back
area.
in the fight.
Got it?
Both sides opted for that Rocket
Once I
Raccoon,
saved lives with a
except for Stout. They've
Now I
So
do
I'll
it
switch
with
off the
the
rocket. Is going with more of a standard 2-2-2 here. Magneto, Strange front line, Jorkier back on that Winter Soldier Mantis second.
Be interesting to see what Jorkier can do on the Winter Soldier. He's only a support player for the team. Their Dubious finally on this Phoenix. Didn't necessarily get any explosions so far. Gonna fade out of that one. Bucky fighting Captain America point blank with the pistol.
Blitz taking down Dubious here. But Stout still has some decent presence. Pushing the Raiders back as well as just they can.
Yeah, Captain America nearly finding there. Cloaking Dagger all finally coming out here from Coastal. It will pick up one. Jorkier picks up another. Blink picks up Bobby. That could be big. Captain America basically left on his lonesome here. Will finally fall. Everyone can turn towards him. Bucket will get picked up, though Kill Strike will go down, rather unfortunately for them, as Nomus is chasing on the Strange. Pick up the kill on Tail Spear as Bix Zero also falls in a pretty extended fight there, as Stout takes control of the point, going up 5% now.
Definitely good getting those picks up closer to the end of the fight, trying to stagger the Raiders as much as possible.
You're welcome.
Raiders do have pretty strong ult advantage. No strategist ult on the side of Stout. Hopefully they can work without that system.
Yeah, obviously no support there. A lot of offensive ults, but they are good offensive ults. Especially Strange can really stop a fight if needed.
Almost does fall too. Yeah, side of the Raiders right now. Still holding strong on the side of Stout.
Bit of a ball right now. Captain America has been very much an issue for the Stout team. Bobby will pick up Dubious. Blitz will pick up Kill Strike, and it all falls apart there for Stout. They held out for a while, got up to 60%, but ultimately unable to keep their team alive as Coastal and Jorkier kind of get staggered there. Fall maybe last second, maybe when they shouldn't have. Should have been able to get out. MSOE Raiders now with the advantage, but it did cost them all of their ults to do that. Bucket will be up soon, but at least Stout has the Coastal ult, right? That support ult. Usually to see Blitz Zero kind of way ahead. It didn't get exploded by the Phoenix there. And hit enough for those shots. Is now Nomus on point, going for this high ground. Trying to get Bucky off of it.
Armed and dangerous!
Is revived from that beacon. An advantage on the side of the Raiders.
This is real firepower!
Jorkier falling again to the Blitz.
Keep going.
Almost putting damage right on the front lines. Trying to build up that eye.
Phoenix ult didn't really capture anyone from UW-Stout, but Duke is still alive. Was going low though, getting a few explosions. Captain America dives there in on the Phoenix. Unable to pick up the kill, but a lot of distraction though there. As I say that, Dubious will fall to the Winter Soldier, and there goes all of Stout as well. Just Blink and Kill Strike alive. They will fall back to their team. As MSOE approaching a last fight territory, that's going to tick probably over to 90% here before Stout's going to even be able to get to this last point. Last fight coming up.
Portal coming in. Nomus.
Disappear! Disappear!
Ult advantage on the side of the Raiders. Stout doing what they can.
Against the world.
Again and again. until
You're never
Stout
alone.
falls.
Yeah, ultimately everyone from Stout falling there as MSOE Raiders will take the second map and will take, pardon me, the first point here. MSO Raiders will go up 1-0 against UW-Stout, as you have to say off the back of a lot of their DPS play. Just kind of out DPS Stout into team fights.
Definitely. Unfortunately, that's Stout's perfect map run coming to an end.
Yes, it is. Stout will finally go down a map, but a lot of the fights were close there, especially towards
Definitely.
the end. So Stout could easily come back here in this series versus MSOE. It'll be interesting to see what gets picked next here by Stout for at least the map. As you got to say, Bucket, we can see the score screen here. Bucket, 19 final hits, 27k damage.
Definitely putting in a lot of work with that Bucky. Wouldn't be surprised if Stout decides to potentially ban that in the next map. But so far, it's shaping up to be a really interesting series here.
Yeah, very interesting series. And you kind of see at the end, triple tank.
I think that was just for the port at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think they were actually playing the Strange at all.
But still a lot of tanks that just Stout couldn't bleed through, as we will throw to a break as we hopefully will have map 2 up soon.
Yep.
That's me falling in and out so fast, holding you back, back, back. Guilty of the pain I caused and of the conscience I lack, lack, lack. I will hold your hand while I'm 1 foot out the door. And it's all because I don't need you anymore. Heartbeats going
and we are back here for map 2 of this best of 5 between UW-Stout and MSOE. We know the next map now. It is Wakanda Hall of
Djalia.
Djalia. It's just Wakanda, folks. I won't lie. All these names, we had to put them in an Excel spreadsheet, and they're so long for no reason.
Okay. Oh, Cat
Aren't we
banned from
surprised?
Stout right away, getting rid of that.
Yeah.
Definitely was causing a problem on the last map, so.
Especially without a Luna Snow.
Oh
to,
yeah, definitely.
put
Luna
the
Snow gone
snowball,
again.
right?
So
Yeah, they know
no
we like
freeze
our
there
Luna
to deal with
Snow.
that.
Yeah, especially on MSOE Raiders, they clearly favored that very dive heavy.
Definitely,
and we
definitely
just
trying to pick
didn't
up
have the
backline.
tools to stop it. Stout itself did have sort of that dive element with the Venom, but it was sort of Venom
working
and I
out quite
guess
as well.
Star-Lord to an extent, right? The two-man kill unit trying to go burst them down to 0, right? But ultimately, it was kind of useless if you couldn't find that raccoon revival just every time. Oh, we got a pick. Oh, they're back in the fight.
Immediately, yeah.
Phoenix again protected here by Stout. They really want to be able to play this Phoenix.
Hopefully we can see Dubious put in some better work with that. Looking forward to see those sparks. Definitely as they're getting rid of dive kind of on both sides, not quite as many options for that. It's probably a little bit more of a poke or brawl style.
I was about to say that will certainly come more into Phoenix's favor, right?
Definitely.
Not super great against dive if you can
Yeah.
land all your shots, but then again,
Building up
Is
the
it-
sparks is
well, then again, isn't that the way to play? If you land your shots, right?
Mhm,
Dubious just unable to kind of convert on the last map, but obviously a lot of other faults too as well. Nomus kind of really didn't make much happen there on the Venom. It's kind of a death by 1,000 paper cuts for Stout. All members probably could have done a little better.
Now we are
get
gonna
this
see
champ
a
off my
Jeff.
screen.
I don't think there's quite as many off maps here, but Jeff with the speed boost and the new changes to the ultimate definitely still make him a viable pick. Getting rid of that storm so not to deal with the Jeff NATO.
The right heroes can make
Jeff
all
Nato
the
was the best
difference.
part. I won't lie, Stout were absolutely Jeff Nato merchants. Well, let's be real. We were absolute Jeff Nato merchants. We love that Jeff Nato. Bring it back.
So,
Bring it back.
I mean, that storm ban was almost instant from the Raiders, so they knew exactly what the thought
Yeah.
process was.
Yeah. Banning Storm there. Be interesting to see what comes out here from Stout. Looks like they are gonna opt into the Rocket Raccoon of their own as Nomus. You can ban the dive tanks, but you can't take the dive out of him. He is gonna be on that
Working on
Angela,
that
going
Angela.
for the Lance strikes there. It'll be interesting to see what Stout can do on this offense as
They'll be coming in 30
on the
seconds.
defense.
Stay
Pretty
strong.
changed up comp here in some ways.
Mine's
Having
in
that
place.
name
giant
on.
tree
Oh,
in some
Blink's going
humanoid
for the
form. You see
lineup, trying to get some
Yeah.
early
Kinda
damage
my
in.
only
Let's see if
friends.
it backfires on them and builds up support ultimate. Doesn't seem like it's actually going to find anything. The Namor I find interesting with the fact that they did
battle
ban
starts in
out
5,
all of that
4,
dive.
3, 2,
Namor not a
1.
bad pick, but the squids
You have to
just
stop
lose
them
some
from securing
value
the mission
if
area.
you're not protecting anything. I mean, against Nomus, I suppose, dealing with the Angela will help, but it's kind of it.
To an extent, if a brawl fight comes up, right? Obviously, those turrets can sort of be
Relay
very
deployed.
Right, that-
valuable.
It ain't I'll patch you up.
Not necessarily built for that, obviously, with
Hi,
the
that feels
a
good.
little bit more focus
Right.
damage, right? As we say that, already no fight, no miss. Gonna change it up, going for the far flank here. Around the world,
All the way
60
around.
seconds, my goodness.
I'll
Now
patch you up.
behind the scenes.
Feeling
Thanks from
fantastic.
MSOE themselves getting that high ground. So far, nobody's falling the coast, but Stout slowly inching their way towards the point. Is behind them
Some
now.
help, didn't you?
Just, ooh, wait,
Nomus does
Nomus.
find that first
Nomus
pick.
got a pick. He's gonna fly around to the right side. Maybe you can get this Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket.
Yes, sir, he can. One
I guess
more.
Furthermore was too far back, didn't get the res, or Nomus got it first. Nomus finding another onto the invisible one. definitely tearing up all sorts back in the back line of the Raiders. That's point percentage going the way of Stout.
Nomus loves it.
Oh,
This
yeah.
map, obviously, Loud Rush Portal gonna come out here from the side of
Clearly, you needed some help.
Finding
A little help, please.
They are gonna be able to take 45 minutes with 2
trading with finding some trades there, so roughly even now, but that portal is allowing MSOE to come back a little bit quicker. Still going back and forth here. I think man advantage now on Stout as that portal fades away. But still trying to buy as much time as possible. As they're about to claim this with 2 minutes remaining. Pretty nice time back.
Yeah, the boss out there unable to do anything. Osa will clean up for Stout. Nomus, the adventures of Nomus, I think is what we gotta call it. Just flying around and around, trying to pick off anybody he can. He also has the ult too now. 4 ults on the side of Stout, MSOE rated.
Too close.
Yeah.
That's the butterflies there. Building up close to our rocket ult, but with Stout having the forward. Okay.
Hi folks, I wasn't expecting to see myself.
Back into it with a huge heaven fall from Nomus. I'm actually not. Oh, but against the butterflies, finding kill streak. Quickly revived though. Dubious does fall to that strange. Used up a lot of ultimates between both of them. Stout still having almost 4 here. But Raiders looking at still just the one with the Bucky ult, but that did tear up Stout the last map quite a bit. So we'll see if he can find some decent value.
Yeah, but a bit more open of a map, so it'll be interesting. Not necessarily confined to one places. 3 ults being popped by Stout. Never mind. Coastal does not ultimately choose to use theirs, though Jokir and Blink will use some just to keep this payload pushing, and it will pay off. Dubious will pick up one. A second one picked up there, and it slowly falls, quickly rather, falls apart for MSOE. 4 of them go down. As 2 left, no way you can stop a cart with Bucky and Rage Raccoon. So Stout now slowly inching the cart towards this first
Playing on the
capture
second point there.
Yeah, they will
4
use
minutes
that
to
point.
find the last. And Blink finding another pick under that rocket.
Yes, able to get it. Nomus running away from all of these flanks that he's doing. 2D now on Star-Lord. Will be interesting to see what they can make happen on this champ, playing the flank a lot. Obviously high burst damage. Be able to come out. Still 2 ults here. Killstrike gonna use his to counter Vavi. Just protect their positioning on the cart though, as Nomus comes down with that heaven fall there.
Does fall pretty low to that maelstrom. Oh, slept! Doesn't get the eye off. It's bringing him down to 50% ult charge before falling Dubious. As Stout keep pushing this point into the throne.
Yeah, Ajax off that ult. He'll be down to 56% as he finally comes out of spawn. Though, not Dubious, pardon me, Nomus didn't really make too much happen with his own ult, though Blink now 99%, could be looking to ult here. Kosa will use his, Mantis will use his, why not? One final fight, take the throne room. Won't really hit anybody as the status quo continues in here. Nomus trying to get a pick, almost has one on Star-Lord. He dives in, Blix finally gets the first kill of this whole fight. Takes down Killstrike, but Killstrike does get revived. The tank caught out there. Magneto nearly falls. Strange in the back line will pop the eye of Agamotto there. That one will not get stopped. Does hit. Nomus is picked off by it as well. And Stout forced into retreat. Bucky goes in. I see blinking health bars, but none of them blink silent. As Stout very much forced back here. Out of this fight though, Nomus taking one off. The extended fight here as MSOE Raiders decide maybe there's a better day to fight and back out a little. Ooh,
3 with the Maelstrom from the Strange there.
that's rough. Captain Ball is gonna single-handedly save that fight there. Able to get 3, and now Stout in full retreat. But they do have 3 ults of their own up soon.
Almost 5 here
Yep.
with Nomus close and Jork here a little bit further up. MSOE looking at 1 right now, building up for 4 with that rocket. The tanks, definitely fight an ultimate battle coming out here, so how it's going to play out. High Agamotto finding 3 there as the rocket ultimate comes out. Gets destroyed pretty quickly there. Still Nomus and Dubious finding the first few picks of this fight. As Kosik follows up with another one with that minigun from the rocket. Flix does find one of the Joker with the ultimate, but revived pretty quickly. And 2D finding 2. Can he make it 3-3 with that Galactic Legend, turning the fight pretty quickly.
Yeah, 2D there picking up some more in the end. Stout unable to convert. 30 seconds left for them now. Jorkir will probably fall here. No, nobody necessarily chased them. Too busy trying to bring down the tank. UW-Stout didn't necessarily play around their ultimates very well. Kind of just spammed them out. But now the Magneto ult coming out for Blink. Maybe you can make something happen with this, but forced back very low. Ooh, they might have one over there. Blink 0 will fall, but 2D once again picks 2. Whoa, picks up a... Oh, no, that's just a assist for a teammate. Blink takes down Vavi. Blue 0 takes down Killstrike, but Nomus picks up 2D. That could be big. It's been a bit of a menace here as Blitz 0 trying to take down the support, just ultimately can't land the final shots. Tanks now back up front here for Stout in the final fight. We are in overtime officially. Sedated right now for the Strange. Captain Balls will come back. Still nobody falling. Jorkir popping the Mantis ult. Just trying to make anything happen here. Dubious does fall there as Dr. Strange just forces people off point. Balls gets Jorkir here. Nomus trying to go for the pick. I think that's the Rocket Raccoon ult out. Still, they haven't moved anywhere. Blink 0 has ult up. Will probably end up using it. Yes, sir, he is. Will throw down the big orb. Won't pick up anybody as
the Galactic Legend behind them. Oh, that's going to be scary. And 2 fall even before it gets popped. 2D finding another 2, and the Bucky ult finding 2 more as Raiders hold them right before getting to the throne room, putting Stout at 2 points. But they did get those first 2 rather quick, so Raiders do have to put some work in, but Stout also have to defend as well as they can.
Yeah, Stout able to, in fairness to them, they did manage to push it all the way to the back. Almost to the point to call it 3 with no overtime, all right? But Stout gonna have to put together some better team fights. Just unable to convert in the choke point that is that throne room. Be interesting to see.
Again, Stout saved that Jeff, but didn't use it at all. It's like last time, they saved the Phoenix and didn't use it at all. So it's just like, I'm a little confused on how they're using those saves.
Could just be the realities of the match here. Unfortunately, unable to use that Jeff, possibly for that Jeff NATO they were looking at, and then Storm gets banned, and then you're gonna... It's one of those, you use your pick. It could be that, so you use your pick to protect something.
And then the thing you were going to pair it with gets banned out.
You waste the opponent's ban.
Right.
If you're never going to play Jeff anyways, you might be protecting something else that they don't think of.
Definitely
when you get the ban. Screenshot is taken. My goodness, what is happening back in the prod room as Nomus on this flank here is going to spot out the whole team, choosing not to engage himself.
Definitely be a lot of firepower with that Punisher and Bucky if they did try to engage.
Yeah,
it's probably a good fly back to team.
2D falling immediately.
Oh my. Early
Immediately.
pick. Keeping MSOE off the point for just a little bit longer. Still in that room to the left. I've always called it garage. I don't know what it's actually called. But yeah, definitely forcing MSOE back from sleep and the pick onto Blix. Get that right eventually.
Yeah, Stout looking like a little bit of a different team here on defense. Captain Ball is caught out in the middle of no man's land. Bit of a tank duel, if you can even call it that. It's like throwing stones at the Great Wall of China, you know, nothing's gonna ever happen. It's now Stout falling back to the point. MSOE Raiders are gonna try it up mid this time, see if their luck can change. Poke damage, getting a lot of people to have health. I didn't know Nomus on the flank in the back,
Almost
caught.
taken down by Vavi.
CC'd and killed.
Interesting. So Stout's down 1. Raiders down 2 now, with Raiders having the respawn advantage. So a while to go to see if anyone switches over to Strange to try to recontest here. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Potentially, yeah, Blink does switch, but I don't think he's gonna have time as Nomus does fall.
Yeah, Nomus falling there is
Okay.
unfortunate. Oh,
They do with the Invis ultimate, contesting at the last second.
last possible second. Blink here just to stall, but he is surrounded. And he will be taken down there. I even think Captain Balls used the ult to secure it, put him in the stasis
They
there.
used 4 ultimates to get that like 2%.
That is, hey.
5 maybe?
Whatever you got to do,
Hey,
folks.
yeah, you know, just
Maybe not the best ult usage there from MSOE.
they got the point. So
It is going to leave them without a ult, though, for a little while. Bucket, the closest to getting it at 62%. UW-Stout here has to, including Nomus's.
speaking of Bucket, Coastal being the DPS rocket today, using that minigun to get rid of Bucket. Early pick in the fight as Wowo goes down, and more picks coming out from the side of Stout, holding them about halfway onto point 2.
Yeah, Stout able to complete the defense there, use the Nomus ult to great advantage there, right? That's the benefit of having that ult advantage, or just an ult in general. Dork here and Blink now up to their ult charge. Bucket closing in at 84%. Nomus going for a flank by Spawn. Might have something here. The combo.
Doesn't quite
Out-healed.
get it and gets taken down by Tootie with a shotgun there from the Punisher. Unfortunate. But Angela can fly quite fast, so probably be back in a couple of seconds anyway.
Yes, as Blink Doubtfall back. MSOE starting their onslaught of damage here. Ults coming up for them all at the same time here. Gonna pop the Rocket Raccoon one just to try to amp the damage. Blink, though, still takes down Bucket. Dubious drops the ult as well. Assisted in that. Magneto Storm coming out there. Whoa, doing that DPS thing, though Blink gets revived out of it, courtesy of Rocket Raccoon, though still blinking health bars on him. He'll fall just as quickly to Tootie on the Punisher. And now MSOE pushing their advantage. No real tank right now for Stout to defend. Still waiting on them to come back from spawn. Means a lot of damage is going to be coming here. Nomus in now, able to tank some up. Rocket Raccoon ult pop there for Coastal. Angela
Nomus does
in the
find one.
pack line, dealing damage out. Tootie gets rezzed. Was taken down there. And now the ult from Angela. Can they take down anyone? They get one, but 2 fall for Stout. The man advantage now on the MSOE Raiders. Just trying to keep this point alive here, Stout. Just stalling out as much time as possible. Blinking health bar somehow lives there. The Rocket Raccoon for MSOE Raiders as well. Whoa, just popped it. Ooh. Ult there, able to freeze someone up. Dubious landing a few of these sparks now. Bucky goes in on the back line, will not connect onto anyone. Low blinking health bars, but so much support comes out as MSOE Raiders win the fight.
Significantly less time than Stout had on this push though, so hopefully, I think the rough ultimates on the side of Raiders here. See if Dubious can find some picks with that Phoenix ultimate and hopefully be able to hold. And Novus going in the back there, just stalling for a couple of seconds before getting realized and regrouping with their team.
Almost had the spear there on Novus.
Almost did, yeah.
Just missed it a little bit wide. Spark will connect there from Dubious. Once more has the Phoenix L alongside Blink and now Kill Strike. Eye of Agamotto coming in for Captain Balls, but he is sedated out of it. Ooh, what a shutdown there. Nomus will get res, so no loss here for Stout. Blink goes down, Jorkir goes down to the Punisher. Oh my goodness, they may not need all the time in the world as Punisher takes 2 and it is edging closer to that capture.
So close. This is your big chance.
Kill Strike going behind here, trying to use the ultimate to just stay on point, not die with the quick health regen, and the slow. Blink does find Bucket here as Jork here finding another one of the supports. Dubious building up those sparks, still holding on to that ultimate from the Phoenix, but I don't think they're gonna need it because the tanks are cleaning up, pushing Raiders back, getting back from that close I think they were like 4 meters away before Kill Strike got that stall and were able to win that fight. But
about 3 meters.
Yeah.
113 to 110. Very close here. Notice on a bit of a flank around the wheel in 60 seconds, but they are going to use the portal through. Dubious kind of caught out, will use his ult and will get his vengeance. Bobby will fall, and Dubious manages to get out there with their life intact. Jorkir, I think, fell as well. Dubious, Coastal, and Blink all picking up one. Pardon me, Coastal rezzing up one player. That's my bad. I'm looking at kill feed, folks. As Magneto almost caught out here for the side of the Raiders. Eye of Agamotto goes down.
I think it only found 2 there. Doesn't get much value as the sustain from Stout's triple support definitely helped them survive that ultimate. 2 other ultimates from the side of Stout with that Heavenfall and the Rocket ultimate helping them find their way back into this fight and push the Raiders off the point. Still holding on relatively well, but the Rocket does fall. It's Spider-Man finding Jork here trying to get in quickly, and now the picks going in the way of Raiders. Dubious does find 1, but Stout is still down 3. Does have that Invis ult up and Blink finding Bobby. Maybe Stout can still finding picks. I heard a cheer from the and Stout gets it after the tanks get a couple more picks. Now looking at 1-1 tied up evenly here for Stout and Raiders.
Yeah, Stout 3 meters separating them from a loss. They're able to pull it out there to tie up this series. 1-1 as we are going to cut to a quick break before we head into map 3.
I just wanted you to realize that I'm the one you like, that I'm the one you like. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? you back. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? From you, telling me you need me here just like I do. All I ever wanted was to make it through. Tell me, how about you? How about you? So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go from here? All I want is all of you, baby, baby. Nothing less than that will do, baby, baby. You take me higher, higher, higher. You set my soul on fire, fire, baby. You get me like no one before. Yeah. You don't need me, but you want me more and more. Something I adore, and I know, I'm sure, I feel with you. So just stay, you'll stay, I'm yours, babe. It's true. You take me.
Hey, folks, and we're back here for Game 3 of this best of 5. Currently tied up 1-1 with Stout having just picked up a map in very close fashion.
Definitely.
3 meters separating a loss for them there, but ultimately able to pull it out through. We'll be heading to Tokyo 2099, Spider Islands, or just Tokyo.
Actually, it'd be just Spider Islands.
Yeah,
'cause
Spider
there's two
Islands.
different
Yeah,
Tokyos.
there is 2 different
but
Tokyo maps. Now that I think about it. There,
was it Spider Island and
then-
Shinshibuya?
yes. I don't know why we just didn't call it Spider Island, folks. You know,
I think it's the way that it works is each location does have lore.
yes.
So there's like the places where the maps are, and then the specific maps. Like there's 3 or 4 different Glintura maps because apparently they really like the symbiotes. Hey, I like the Glintura maps. Those are some of my, I like the New Domination one. That's probably one of my favorites.
Like, do we really need like Wakanda? You know, whatever. It's, you know, Hall of the Jolly. It's Wakanda, folks. You know.
There's also a different Wakanda map. I
Well,
play
why
this
is
game
it
a
then
little too
just
much.
not Hall of Dajala? No, it's in Manhattan, folks.
There's a Manhattan. There's 2 Manhattan.
I know. I don't get it.
Uh,
This is why I played Overwatch. Busan. Like Busan Cow we have out there. As finally, we'll be heading in here, folks, to the lobby. Tied up 1-1 here. Advantage nobody so far, though MSOE has been bringing it close. They did storm into a pretty commanding lead in that first fight, but Stout able to claw it back as once more, I think Captain America is the new permaban for this series.
Definitely don't want to see Captain Balls on that again. Would be getting rid of Nomus's Angela too. Probably not too happy about that.
They could protect the Luna Snow here.
They
It's
totally
possible.
could. They did. Raiders did protect that Cloak and Dagger, so having that. I get the ultimate names mixed up. The sustain for the ultimate.
Yeah. And the Luna
And the
Snow
Luna Snow
is
one,
going to
too.
get protected. Should help Stout there deal with the dive that they've kind of been having a bit of trouble with.
Yeah, that ice ball can definitely help. Even more CCC if Jorkir keeps playing that Mantis with a sleep.
Yeah, that Mantis sleep has come in clutch a few times.
There
able
goes
to
the
let-
Mantis.
Never mind.
Unfortunately,
We're
not gonna
gonna
happen.
talk about. But as I said, Jorkir did manage to land quite a few sleeps onto the Strange mid, all able to kind of Ajax that.
I have also seen Jorkir does really good with that Ultron too. If Stout wants to keep using that triple support. But Raiders do pick up the Hela, so if they do try to go with the Ultron, definitely a good flyer counter. Banning out that Namor. Because they couldn't get the Angela, they did pick up that
The Venom.
the Venom.
No one's
so
surprised there.
Nomus can still play that
Nomus
dive
the
tank.
actual Venom merchant over here. Angela Venom, bread and butter, loves playing those dive tanks.
Like to see, is Nomus play the cap at all? I think that'd be fun to see if they'd like these other
no.
dive style. No?
No.
No? Okay.
I can tell you, no. But Phoenix, the last ban here, dubious, going to be forced to switch it up. But they do have Storm and Shark.
Seeing that Jeff team up also with the Venom provides a lot of extra healing. Plus that Sharknado definitely can change fights if timed right.
Definitely, we have seen them absolutely clear some fights with the Sharknado in prior matches.
Also, Spider Island has a lot of off maps. Just about every point does in fact have a massive off map, so the Jeff could get some massive potential here. Loving the Venom
Can we
dance.
switch? Yeah, thank you. I really didn't want to watch Nomus there, if I'm being perfectly honest. That is some interesting action happening around the the penny pods. Oh my goodness. As we are going to look at Blink once again on Magneto. Blix and him kind of just on Magneto duty this whole game.
I mean, it's a dominant tank. Even I think they Magneto got a nerf a few patches ago, if I remember correctly. But still, just absolutely dominant with that Meteor M being able to counter just about every support ultimate.
No Venom through the wall. We could spot him going on a bit of a flank. Just trying to push it up.
Jorkir falling.
Hi,
and
folks.
Hello.
It's the our break has an auto timer to it to auto switch, and we can't change it right now. Frozen Nomus and taken down. The power of the snowball right there, shown by MSOE, shuts down the dive completely, as Dubious will fall as well on the Invisible Woman.
Unfortunately, if you save the Luna to stop their dive, you're also risking your own dive getting messed up there. As Nomus switches over to the Thor, which is certainly an interesting pick.
A bit more of a frontline brawly, not necessarily
Definitely.
super dive, right?
Can be if you want to play it like that, but a little bit more difficult to get out of situations sometimes. Coastal finding, what was that, 2 in the Swallow? And jumping up the map,
Hey!
winning the fight there. But not winning the fight. Not my bad, as Wowo still uses the ultimate. And now, as Killstrike, sorry, picks up the kill onto the Bucky, closing out that fight and pushing up further on this first point. 2 minutes remaining. And almost at that last fight for this point.
Yeah, and last fight territory here. Now, MSOE Raiders able to contest just mere meters in front of the capture zone, though blinking Hellflowers. Tootie goes down immediately. Luna Snow ult popped by both teams, just trying to sustain. So here goes 6 seconds of absolutely nothing. Thor ult coming down, doesn't connect to anything. I think they were already dead. Blix Zero picks up Dubious, has Blink off in the corner as well, gets taken down. Jorkir trades to the other tank though. Captain Balls has fallen. The man advantage now, MSOE Raiders, but the point still in control by Stout. Nomus takes down Tailspear. Killstrike follows up on Wowo. Just one left to defend this point. Tootie goes down on that Adam Warlock. And all that's left is a tank, but a tank cannot 1v4, especially without any ult, as Blix Zero falls and Stout takes the first capture point.
Ult advantage a little in favor of Raiders here, as Coastal does get close, but not anything super standing out in terms of ult, so very neutral fight coming up here as Bucket switches over to the Squirrel Girl.
What are these skins?
That's the Venom skin.
Man, I do
Gotta
not
get
look
back
at
into
that
it.
shop. I do not look at that shop. That shop is not helpful.
It wasn't shop, it was Battle Pass.
Same thing.
Tootie does find the pick on the Nomus. Bucket putting in those acorns, doing tons of damage from not being able to see. Big grab from Captain Balls, and 3 going down, make that 4 on the side of Stout. Does manage to get one back, but unfortunately do have to fall back about halfway on the second point. 2.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Stout there, unfortunately unable to convert on anything. The Squirrel Girl switch proving to be pretty lethal alongside a very good ult from Captain Balls. Grab a lot of Stout's team there. No miss, kinda on a flank, but very much known about. Shot at a few times, is now Blink in the front line, doing it out with this group. Will get stunned up there. Nomus just trying to do any flank damage that he can. Tootie takes down Dubious. Killstrike using the ult to keep the team alive. Now swapping it to that damage. Can they get a pick? No, instead, all of Stout will die as Dubious and Blink are sent packing for the hills, and Blink sent packing to the spawn room.
Raiders only using one ult there with the Squirrel Girl, which can also be rebuild up really quick with the amount of damage that she does. So Stout definitely not in the ult advantage here. See what they can do with a couple of DPS ults, but not a lot of sustaining ultimates, unfortunately.
Definitely not for Stout, besides obviously that Luna Snow ult, but that's not up anytime soon. The fight now
Bucket takes down Nomus early.
Yeah, the fight now taking down Bucket, like you said, taking down Nomus. Those acorns just flying away from long range. Took them down. Now Stout opting into just a poke battle. They do have more ults here alongside MSOE Raiders with 5.
Doesn't matter if they keep falling though, as Tootie finds 2 more. Make that 3. Jorkir does find 1, but Tootie is just cleaning up with that Hala. And now Raiders have a full stack of ultimates. Stout have to find some kind of footing here if they want to find this second point in the last 35 seconds.
Yes, they do. Stout trying once again up the choke point. They have 3 ults here to make it happen. But MSOE slowing them down very well now. Punisher ult coming out from Dubious, shielded as well by the bubble, but unable to onto anybody. Got one, the tank's down low. Cannot convert, not even with the Luna Snow boost there. Snowball onto Groot will freeze him. Koso will clean it up.
Couple of picks going away of Stout as Rolo does find work here. And oh, Tootie with the ultimate, cleaning up so many. Try as you might, Nomus, can't stop the goddess of death.
Yes, as ultimately MSOE Raiders shut down Stout to just one capture point and a little bit extra change in distance from there, 83 meters or 84 if you want to round up. As now MSOE Raiders will swap over to that attack side with a very good defense from them. And not too far necessarily to go, but Stout, we've seen them defend their convoy leads before. Could come down to the last 3 meters just like last time.
Definitely. As we're seeing Nomus hover the Emma Frost here. Oh, and we have a pause.
Ooh la la.
Pause or no pause? I can't tell what just happened. I think we're paused. There we go. But Nomus hovering that Emma Frost, a personal favorite for me. Definitely be interesting to see how it plays alongside that Magneto with the team up. See if it helps them defend any better. Dubious seems like they're sticking on the Punisher as Jorkier switches over to the Bucky. Doesn't seem like Raiders are switching up their strategy too much, so that Squirrel Girl did put out a lot of damage, and 2D just kept finding picks on that Hella.
Yeah, 2D and Bucket. Bucket especially, we saw him on the Bucky earlier, has made a very big difference this whole match, this whole series in general. Now on the offense here, Dubious on this turret, seeing what damage he can get done, but most of it just poured straight into a shield. Almost dived on there now as, ooh, some clean damage there from Nomus, just unable to convert very much off of it on the Emma Frost and brought low.
Burn the choke to get away from that Hella there, as Jorkier does fall to Blix.
Yeah, it does fall to Blitz there, as now Dubious getting some damage in alongside Nomus, just trying to burst anyone down, but already Squirrel Girl with the ult sends it straight up the alley and will take down Kill Strike with it. Kosel popping the ult himself, that Cloak and Dagger ult just trying to make something happen, and it has allowed Stout to reclaim the point for themselves, but Magneto goes down there, Blink falling to 2D, as now MSOE Raiders reclaim the point, take down Jorkier, and send UW-Stout packing. I say that Kill Strike goes in with the ult to stall.
Taken down by the Meteor M by Blix.
Yes, you talked about it, that it just shuts down support ults, as now Stout forced off the point, and MSOE Raiders in control.
2D looking absolutely horrifying here. Just, Blink was in the front line, and the supports were focusing him, but just couldn't out-heal the amount of damage that that Hella was doing. And again, he almost falls right there. And 2D does take him down. It's just not able to out-sustain the amount of damage that that Hella can do. Finding another one as Bucket gets on Jorkier, switch over to the Moon Knight. It's interesting, but Stout having to fall back already, not finding any footing here on this second point.
Yeah, once again, like you said, not finding any footing here. Nomus going down, Kosel going down. A lot of staggering happening right now. They're not all going to be necessarily together for this last team fight. They are opting in just to defend it right ahead of the point.
Hold that for 4 minutes, though, is the question. Certainly a daunting task. See if Stout can do it as the hand of Conchu comes in, but Bucket finds Jorkier anyway, and again, 2D onto Blink. Just not able to avoid that. Those spears. There's so much damage with those headshots. Coastal does find 2 in the backlines using that ultimate, switching over the cloak. Woe does find a few more. 2D again, just clearing out with those weapons as Stout Raiders claim that with 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, MSOE Raiders going up 2-1 there. Like you said, 3.5 minutes left. A fairly dominant performance there from the Raiders, especially after that Squirrel Girl was brought out. We are going to head to a quick break before we go back to match point for map 4 of this best of 5 series.
That's me falling in and out so fast when I feel trapped. Hungry for another one, anyone. I don't look back. I will hold you while I'm 1 foot out the door. And it's all because I don't need you anymore. Heartbeats going fast. Oh, heartbeats Heartbeats going fast. Heartbeats going fast.
I should've listened to myself. I'm always trying to second guess these things. Everything I felt, but you just had me tied up in your strings. And maybe it was all in my head, girl, I'm all in my head. But you just made me feel so insecure. All in my head, girl, I'm sick in my head. And I thought you'd be my cure. But you were never what I need. I need. You were never what I need. It's never all that bad. Could've swore that we would last. Lovers in the winter time, sending chills down my spine. And all we do is run in circles. Yeah, we run in circles. And I can't let go. Yeah. I got all these demons, went through hell just to conceal them. Then I got so fucked up on your love. Now I'm over the feeling, now I'm dealing with feeling something more than enough. And maybe it was all in my head, but you just made me feel so insecure. All in my head, sick in my head, and I thought you'd be mine. You were never what I need. I need. But you were never what I need. I need. But you were never what I need. I need. But you were never what I need. I need you. Yeah.
Hey, folks, and welcome back to Match Point here for the series. It's Game 4, UW-Stout versus MSOE, with MSOE currently up 2-1 in this best of 5. Heading into the second Wakanda map, finally. Wakanda...
Brennan T'Challa.
I'll get it, man.
I watch Ignite all the time, so I know how like the professional casters always say it. So that's what I'm just going off of.
Burning T'Challa. Sounds like we're gonna burn T'Challa. I don't know how I feel about that, you know? I don't know. I don't get these map names, I'm gonna be honest. They're just too long. They're too long. Try fitting that onto a graphic, bro. Tokyo 2099, Streets of Manhattan. Oh, you know.
I think the way that they do it in the game is like Brennan T'Challa is the big thing, and then it says Wakanda
Yeah.
in small words underneath. Or it's vice versa, I don't remember.
Something like that.
Stout getting rid of that Magneto, and again, Raiders getting rid of that Angela and saving the Cap. Definitely going to be scary to see Captain Balls on that again. And Stout banned out that Magneto, which, good they don't have to go up against it, but Blink won't be able to play it either.
They'll just slap him on Strange, probably.
Yeah, probably. I've seen some of the Strange. Getting rid of that Hella, definitely something that needed to happen.
Yeah, a bit awkward how the bans have had to go here for Stout. Definitely had to pinch certain parts of the pool, but that Hella definitely needed it gone. But in that, you allow that Captain America, now Rocket Raccoon as well.
Yeah, the
get
Cap
through.
and the Bucky's going to be there for that team up. So it's not like an amazing team up, but it's still there. And we've seen Bucket do some incredible work on that Bucky. So it is scary just knowing that it's there, but getting rid of 2D on the Hella will probably help out too. Banning out the Psylocke. I don't think we did see a little bit of Psylocke play earlier.
It was kind of healthy.
Was it? Okay.
Pick your hero.
So on this
Or
map,
villain,
obviously,
I'm not judging.
That too.
Psylocke too, very high value. Gonna protect the Phoenix as well as Ken Balls better not play freaking Spider-Man. I don't want to see that. As Stout, they did protect the Phoenix, but interesting once again, not gonna go for it. Instead, the other team, the Raiders, gonna play it. Interesting.
Stout looking to opt for the Jeff NATO here. Whether they're just teasing that for the stream or they're actually going to run that is the question. But it would certainly be interesting to see. I've seen some VODs of Dubious. Dubious is, in fact, Dubious on that Storm.
They have gotten a few good combo Sharknadoes so far this season. Be interesting to see what they can do here, as it's a do or die game here for Stout. Down 1 in the series and on match point for MSOE Raiders here. It's going to be interesting. They, in fact, do have Blink on that Dr. Strange.
Nomus there on the Emma.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
Definitely going to be good to get rid of that Captain America. Bucket.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
They do also have Killstrike on the Luna Snow this time. Every time we've seen Captain America, they didn't necessarily have
That's fair too.
a super good sleep besides Mantis, right? Obviously, Luna Snow is a bit easier to land, a bit more reliable as well. So we'll be interested to see what they can make happen here as this first fight kicks off. Just some poke damage coming through, seeing some blinking health bars, but so far nobody dying yet. Bucket playing up very close on this Mr.
That's
Fantastic.
I don't think I've seen any sort of Mr. Fantastic. It does fall.
That was not fantastic.
That was not. But what was is 2D finding Dubious right after that. So far, numbers now as Jork here does fall. Kill strike, both supports. There's still. Yeah, now all the supports gone on the side of Stout, allowing the Raiders to take that first point percentage.
Yeah. MSOE Raiders able to capture the first point off the back of Blix, getting those 3 kills, very big, alongside 2D picking off the first one. Stout were able to take down the Mr. Fantastic Bucket relatively quickly. They can lean on some of that same gameplay. They could make something happen here. Bit of a fist fight happening in here now as MSOE Raiders forced back. Captain America here trying to make a difference in the map line, just unable to do anything as Blink heads up into the front. The Invisible Woman ult out, as well as the ult out for 2D. Not Invisible Woman in front of me, Emma Frost. For the side of MSOE Raiders, as Mr. Fantastic now gonna jump around here, but the Luna Snow ult does mitigate some of it, but Dubious does fall, and just the overwhelming damage that's coming out. Bobby dropping the ult as well, just to make sure they can clean house, and clean house they do, shutting down UW-Stout once more.
Very dominant performance on these domination maps. Interesting to see if Stout has any sort of answer to this. They are close to having that Jeff NATO. Hopefully they can find some good value with that and try to flip the point here before Raiders have the full 100%. This is looking like final fight if they can't flip it. And hello again.
Oh, no, they fixed it.
Nope, okay. Nomus does find another pick on Bucket, but Bucket keeps falling early and typically the fights don't matter. Do this, finding 2 more with that Tornado. Jorkier not teaming it up with the belt, so just a solo Hurricane. But more and more of the Raiders falling. Tail Spear does jump off the map to try to save them from the stagger. Jorkier using the Jeff ult late. That's...
That was to stay alive.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, because you go for the second, you're sort of
Right,
like invulnerable, right? The Phoenix ult came
Yeah,
in.
but the fight was close to over at that
The
point.
fight was over, quite frankly. Bit of
So
a
it's-
miscommunication maybe there.
Yeah, they don't... They are close to that Invis ult, and that can be built up pretty fast, but...
But Captain America now into the back line, just hurtling in, knows he cannot be stopped.
Popping that rally. Getting choke slammed, though, by the Emma. There, as the Invis boundary comes up. The match by Tail Spear with the Fate Above Worlds. Keeping both teams alive, just not allowed to play for a few seconds. As 2D does find Dubious, and a few more Stout side fall as Raiders take back the point, sitting at 99%. And Blink is still there, so we can't use the port if they didn't use it already. I don't think they did. But if Blink stays alive, no one can switch the Strange. As overtime ticks down, and Raiders will take that first point on Brennan T'Challa. Rather dominantly on domination. Pun totally intended.
Yeah, Raiders able to very, like you said, dominantly take that map. Won every single fight versus Stout. I don't even think Stout got a single percentage.
Stout got one. They
yeah,
got
they
like
did one. They got the one
36%.
fight.
They got 36% on there, but weren't able to hold it long enough. They just, I think that using that Jeff ult late really hurt them, because that could have helped them have some extra sustain with the pool. But they just didn't have that for the next fight.
Yeah, a bit of an unfortunate ult usage there from Stout. They're going to have to clean it up in this one. Really, truly do or die now. We're on the second point here on this Wakanda map.
Stout is going into this first fight with ult advantage with Blink and Nomus being close to theirs. 2D does have theirs, but outside of that, Blink's is the closest, but it still might take a little bit. While Stout's sitting on 2 here. Not a lot of defensive ultimates, no strategists on either side, so not too big of a concern in that first fight. But Blink does have that Eye of Agamotto. Hopefully he can try to find a few good picks there. As Jorkier falls early to Captain America, it's rather unfortunate as 2D popping those sparks on as Stout stays close together, finding a lot of value in that Phoenix and just pushing everyone back.
Yeah, Stout just getting pushed back here. The Phoenix all coming in. Will send some health bars blinking, meaning that Blink and Nomus fall quickly. Coastal and Killstrike follow behind. And there goes a lot of the members of Stout sent packing back to the spawn room.
Already at 25% before the fight was actually over. So a lot of time burned there for Stout. Definitely have to see if they can't make something work here. They do have significant ult advantage, but they actually have to use them and use them well to make sure that they can get any footing here and stay in this series.
Yeah, Stout looking for a second fight. Ooh, Captain America going into the back line. Will not pick up anyone, but Mr.
Coastal and Jord here at 3 from the Mr. Fantastic, but then another one just... Oh geez, that fight ended so quickly. Stout does have a full stack of ultimates. See if they can do anything with it, because So far, it seems like they're getting shut out before they can even click Q.
Yeah, and they do have a lot of Qs stacked up. 6 of them ready. They will be looking to use these ults in this upcoming fight. Dubious starting out with the Storm already. No Shark this
Does
time.
find 2D, but Tail Spear with some sustain and the revive off of Abby. Blitz finding Kill Strike. Nomus does find the Emma pick, so somewhat even here. Stout does burn a few more of their ultimates in 4 there. But still, 2D just used 1. They used their strategist ultimates too, but just going back and forth here. Stout does eventually take the fight and is able to flip the point, but still, Raiders at 99%. Stout have to hold this the whole time if they want to stay in the series.
Yeah, and that will be tough here for Stout. On to a last fight territory here. If MSOE wants to close this out, they do have 1 ult left, Kill Strike, and that is that big support ult. So be looking from them to really clutch this out now as MSOE begins their onslaught here. Bit of range damage so far. Blink protecting the team from it so far, but here comes the bounce around from Bucket. Luna Snow ult popped in return. So that will be the final ult so far from Stout unless they can get to Nomus. Nobody falling yet, but Bucket picking up 2. There goes Coastal, there goes Dubious. Now in the low ground getting chased away as well. Captain Balls picks up Jorgear. Kill Strike falls in the end. Nomus the only one left here, but that will not be enough without your supports. And Stout goes down as MSOE Raiders will clean up the second map on Burnin T'Challa and will take the series 3-1 and end up winning.
Bringing Stout down from their perfect streak so far. Unfortunately, one of them did have to lose that streak, and unfortunately, it did have to be our Blue Devils. Congratulations, MSOE, on taking that.
Yes, congratulations to MSOE. A very hard-fought battle for both teams here. You can that will be all for Marvel Rivals today. You can tune in to the Super Smash stream, which is happening on an odd night. It's going to be happening tomorrow on Thursday, so tune into that. As well as that's also at 7 p.m. tomorrow, and will be an in-person match versus Eau Claire, our big regional rivals as well. And of course, once again, check out our homecoming match this Saturday on October 25th at 7 p.m. where the UW-Stout Overwatch team will be facing off against Co-College. I have been Ty Guy, and I have been joined by Flush here, and we hope you all have a very nice night.
Can't you hear the world is calling for you? Can't you hear the world is calling? The world is calling. The world is calling for you. Can't you hear